Good morning, everybody. I dropped that a little bit faster than I wanted to. Alrighty, guys, how we doing today? Today is Thursday, as everybody around here in Fort Wayne calls it, the pre-Friday Eve. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad you all are coming around. I am glad this is actually gaining some real good traction. This is really cool. A lot of people may not think so, but this is actually really taking off more than I ever would have expected to it. All right, when you and as I always say, we look at the stuff that gets pushed under the rug here. Try and keep it as non-political as possible. We really do. And all the stuff that gets pushed under the rug, you would be so shocked. And we're only scratching the surface as to what exactly goes on. I mean, it's wild. You can find us on YouTube. Charlie Foxtrot Radio is our webpage for that. CharlieFoxtrotRadio.com. You can find us on Nextdoor, Facebook, all of that. Everything under Charlie Foxtrot Radio. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So, some of the craziness that is going on in the world. Not just what you normally see. Some of the craziness that we got. We'll bring this up here. Let's see here what we got so far. And that's the best way to put it, is so far. Okay. Where is it here? Yesterday. This was actually put at just after 11. You know, not long after we got done with everything yesterday. Arizona resident. This is how it goes. Okay, this is in Arizona. And this is actually like... I'm seeing it's becoming more and more common in certain areas of the United States. It's not Bigfoot. Okay, it's not Bigfoot. Okay, don't worry. But Arizona resident was surely surprised to find a wild bobcat snuggling in a doggy bed after returning home from work. One, I hope the dog's okay. Dog is probably freaking out going, why the hell is there a big cat sitting in my bed? What gives? I know my dog, is definitely one of those. That is his spot. Okay. For anybody that doesn't know, we have a 3-year-old tree walker coonhound. He is the biggest baby in the world, but that is his area. Okay, you don't mess with his stuff. Okay. But to walk into your home and see that would be a sight to see. I don't know if I would be like, or be like, holy crap, get outside real quick. Call DNR or somebody. I don't know. Who would that be? Who would we call for that? And nobody say Ghostbusters. Okay. That's like an 80s joke. Okay. Even though I would probably say it too. But taking your time, getting home from work, just enjoying it. Stuff like that you would find, it's becoming more and more common, okay? Like, we got coyotes here running around. I remember during the pandemic, we had, right at the very beginning, okay, when everybody was staying home for, like, that first, 3 weeks or so, that we had a bunch of family of deer coming through our backyard, just bolting it left and right around our fence line in the easement, freaking our dog out because he is a hunter. He is a game hunter, of course. I thought one night that he was going to just plow through the back door, call it a day. I ain't seeing this dog anymore because he wanted to go after those deer. I don't know if so, but a bobcat, that's a first. I haven't seen that around here. Yeah. So when you see things like that, it just kind of makes you wonder a couple of things. One, how did it get in? Two, is everything still left in the pantry? Or did it just come in, want to take a nap, you know? Goldilocks and the Three Bears style routine or what? I don't know. So that is our big thing today. Something else that I found, and I started to try and go through this. This is actually posted from CNN yesterday afternoon. I saw when I was getting ready for work. I had a few extra minutes. Scientists have revived, and that's all you really need to know at the beginning. Scientists have revived. What did I say yesterday, guys? First, they want to bring back dinosaurs. Then they want to bring back dodo birds. Then we see the Jurassic era bug at Walmart. Okay. This just keeps going. And this article was so freaking long, I kind of lost track of it after a minute. That scientists have revived a, quote, zombie virus that spent 48,500 years frozen in permafrost. Seriously? Really? Really? I feel like the Miz from WWE right now. Really? Really? Is this one of those things that you kind of go, oops, on that you find? Or is it one of those that you try and like take a torch to try and completely destroy? So, this kind of plays into the next couple of things here. So, warmer temperatures in the Arctic are thawing the region's permafrost, a frozen layer of soil beneath the ground, and potentially stirring viruses that, after lying dormant for tens of thousands of years, could endanger animal and human health. Leave it where it is. Don't mess with it. We've already revived a bunch of other things. Let's not revive this, too. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I swear. While a pandemic unleashed by a disease from the distant past sounds like a plot of a sci-fi movie, which it has. We see that going along. We're just going to keep going into that today. This kind of seems like the running theme of, come on, guys. Scientists warn that the risks, though low, are underappreciated. Chemical and radioactive waste that dates back to the Cold War, which has the potential to harm wildlife and disrupt ecosystems, may also be released during thaws. There's a lot going on with the permafrost that is of concern, and it really shows why it's super important that we keep as much of the permafrost frozen as possible. Kimberly Miner, a climate scientist, climatologist probably is what you want to refer to her as, at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory at the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena, California. Swear. Permafrost covers a fifth of the northern hemisphere, having underpinned the Arctic tundra and boreal forests of Alaska, Canada, and Russia for a millennia. It serves as a kind of time capsule, preserving, in addition to ancient viruses, the mummified remains of a number of extinct animals that scientists have been able to unearth and study in recent years, including 2 cave lion cubs and a woolly rhino. As long as we're researching them, not like, hey guys, let's put DNA in them and try and bring them back. I don't care. I'm okay with that. We could go look at them in a museum. The minute that I see a woolly rhino running around the streets of Fort Wayne, yeah. All right. So the reason permafrost is a good storage medium isn't because it's cold. It's an oxygen-free environment that light doesn't penetrate. But current-day Arctic temperatures are warming up to 4 times faster than the rest of the planet, weakening the top layer of permafrost in the region. Because we go through warm stages, cold stages, heating, cooling. It's just a natural thing that our world does, no matter how you look at it, either, 14,000 years old or 4.5 billion years old, whichever way you look at it, those are about the numbers, okay? To better understand the risks posed by viruses, Jean-Michel Claverie, Claverie. I don't know. Okay. An emeritus professor of medicine at the School of somewhere in France. Okay, so Jean Michel is what we're going to call this person, has tested Earth samples taken from Siberian permafrost to see whether any viral particles contained therein are still infectious. He's in search for what he describes and calls a zombie virus, and he thinks he found some. I'm going to set that right there for a second. And I'm not going to scream because I'm not going to blow everybody's eardrums out at 9:18 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. Why? Why, people? Why do we want to do that? Okay? We know how these things turn out. We're going to mess with them. We're going to F with them like we do because we're stupid humans. And then the next thing we know, we have another global pandemic going on. What the heck? And I try and keep it the best as I can, you know. Language friendly. You know. But I have a feeling we're going to start going back into the 1980s PG. And if anybody doesn't know that, if you're too young and you're stumbling across this for some reason, they're going, hey, what's this? You know, this sounds like fun to watch and listen to and kind of see what this goofbag's talking about. Watch Spaceballs. Okay. You will understand the idea of what I'm talking about when I say the 1980s PG and PG-13. I swear. Just watch it, because I have a feeling with the way some of these articles are going, that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, no pun intended, for that article. It goes on and on and on describing it and everything. But we as humans, we sit here and we screw with too much. Was it yesterday or the day before that I said, you know, we're smart when we're one person. We're dumber than hell when we're in a group together. So we were talking about the Arctic and that one finding all of this stuff. And yes, we're going to. And I think that's just the way that the good Lord wants us to find things, is just we just stumble upon them. Oh, hey, guys, everything's starting to thaw. Let's see what we can dig up. Ooh, a woolly rhino. Ooh, more zombie viruses. All right, let's see what we can do with them. Can we bring them back? Again, Jurassic Park happened for a reason. It should not become a documentary. It should just stay as a fiction movie of what we think went on, what we think they look like. But then you flip to the South Pole, okay? And like I said, guys, we're running on a tangent here today. You flip to the South Pole. The South Pole experiences 6 months of darkness every year, okay? Just with the way it's positioned. There are other places that we'll get into that if you guys saw like the 30 Days a Night movie, it was like 2004, 2006, somewhere around there. Had one of the guys that played with Ben Affleck and Pearl Harbor in, okay? But the South Pole experiences 6 months of darkness, during which scientists at the Amundsen Scott South Pole Station have a tradition of watching The Thing, a movie about a humanoid alien who attacks the Arctic research post. Why not? If you're down there and you're in 6 months of darkness, go for it. Because at the rate that it is, The Thing is going to pop out and be like, hey guys, can I have some popcorn too? At the rate we're going with the north side of this world, what's not keeping it from happening at the South Pole? I'm just saying. What's not keeping it? Okay, what'd they say? We've only looked at like what, 8 or 10% of the whole ocean, and we have no idea what's going on. Oh. But it's kind of circling back to that with the whole zombie virus. I've been watching more or less. I wanted to see how it was at the beginning because I heard it was supposed to be like a zombie thriller. I don't know. That it was kind of different. But I started watching The Last of Us on HBO Max. Never played the video game. Never even heard of anything until that happened. I've just been a big fan of the productions that HBO Max releases. Okay, especially when DC merged with them. You have Titans. They did the Snyder Cut for Justice League. They helped finish that. They did all these things. And I'm like, okay, this could have the potential to be really good. Not knowing about it, but I just went in with the mindset of everything else that HBO Max has done. Okay. HBO Max has pulled off some good things, okay, over the last couple of years. Not a fan. Not a fan whatsoever. Okay. And I was just kind of finishing watching it just to kind of see how it ends. Because as I've said, it's just like, give me an ending. Okay. I know they said they've already signed on for season 2 apparently of it, but a lot of things since it came out, and this kind of started back in the beginning of February, that a lot of things came out that it's like, what if a fungus could actually turn into a virus that could actually screw with people and turn them into what's in that movie? Or that series, I should say, not a movie, because it isn't a movie. Okay. It can happen. And as I said with this, we're screwing with so much stuff. It is very possible. It is very possible with the technology that we have, and I'm not using the terms that I want to, and you guys know which terms I'm talking about. Okay? I'm not using those in this case. Okay, I'm keeping everything straight down the line, as normal as possible, as non-biased, just straightforward from the hip. It is very possible in our day and age that we could come up with some kind of fungus that will find something out there that we will turn into the next pandemic. Okay? And that's just all there is to it. And how many other places would be talking about this except for us on Charlie Foxtrot Radio? Okay? Tell me someplace that you have seen this. Unless you are an avid follower of CNN, unless you are an avid follower of digging deeper and looking past the surface on anything, chances are high that you have not put any of this together or have seen at least all of this, okay? And that's what we want to do here, okay? Yes, this isn't kind of one of those ha-ha, goofy, laugh track funnies, okay? And I don't even have laugh tracks here. I don't have that. That's why you just kind of hear stuff. I've self-produced all of the music that you hear, okay, and that you haven't heard yet. I got like 20 tracks of just, instrumentals. But it is very possible for all of this to happen. It really is. And people don't want to think about it. It's just like at the beginning of the pandemic, we have known forever. And you can find this on our What If section at charliefoxtrotradio.com. Go there, check it out. Send us a message, tell us what you think. Our What If section on it, I posted something last evening that, it goes into what if we're not the only ones in the universe. Okay. At the beginning of COVID, you guys remember, they declassified a bunch of information stating that, yes, we are not alone. Thinking everybody was going to freak out. Thinking that everybody was going to go bat crap crazy. No, we just kind of looked at it and was like, okay. Okay. The universe is 96 trillion light years end to end, and it continues to grow. Okay? And that 96 trillion was marked back, like, I want to say 2018. So that number could be vastly different now. That number could be vastly different. It could be 100 trillion. It could be 150 trillion. just what we are able to see and get an idea of, because of the technology, it goes all the way back to that. It could just to all the technology that we have to be able to see that. We have seen pictures of our galaxy. We have seen pictures of the Andromeda galaxy, the closest galaxy to ours currently, that is allegedly on a collision course with us in the next 4.5 billion years, going to crash, and it's going to become a massive super galaxy with 2 black holes somewhere in the middle. Okay. And if you guys don't know your sciences or your Earth space science, definitely look into that, because that is a very interesting and ironic fact. And I only say it that way because we're not going to be around by the time it happens. Okay. Chances are high that the good Lord's going to come back before something like that happens. Okay. But it is on a collision course with us, blah, blah, blah. But they expected something different out of us. Okay. They expected a different reaction. Now, I don't know what that reaction is, but the reaction that we gave was just like that, meh. Okay. But the way that I look at it here is that, yes, I am a very religious person. I try to be. I try to read the Bible. I try to do all of this stuff. And I have learned over the years that the good Lord does have a sense of humor and everything, that the good Lord does know how to make jokes. I mean, for God's sakes, for his sake, I mean, he made a frickin' platypus. Adorable little things, funnier than crap looking. Okay? It's just one of those you just can't sit there and help but to go, aww, until you realize that they're poisonous, and they're like, oh, crap. But it would be his sense of humor that we could be the only ones here. It could be his sense of humor that there are only 2 species in the universe. Us as the human race, and then one other. I don't know. Okay. The entire concept is that people are still trying to understand. We all have our theories, but people are still trying to understand. Okay. And there are different things. You can check out paranormal sites, paranormal pages. I follow them because I want to learn different perspectives. Okay. I am not, as I grow up, I try not to have tunnel vision with things. I try to expand my knowledge, expand my horizon, expand my understanding. I may not agree with everything, but it's good to know what other people are talking about. You know, they could be wackadoodle cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I'm not going to sit here and tell them that. That's their opinion, okay? But at the end of the day, we don't know, okay? We have zero idea as to what's going on. And it all kind of ties together, that it circles back to, we are dumber than snot when we're in a group. Okay? You have seen that over time. When we get into a group as a human race, we are dumber than snot. And we like to make up fairy tales. We like to try and stir the pot to see what happens, just to get reactions out of people. Just like in this, because we're going to circle back to Tom Brady. Okay, we all know Tom Brady retired officially. Okay, we are no longer on Brady Watch. We are no longer on things of that nature. But somebody said in Indianapolis, because we just had the combine for the NFL, okay, Tom Brady might not be, quote, done after all, end quote, with his playing in the NFL, according to the Rich Eisen show. And yes, I am putting that out there, okay, who talked to people in Indy. Folks are saying to keep an eye on Miami. Some of you know where this is going, okay? Some of you know where this is going. Rich Eisen says he may not be done. You need to keep an eye that he may come back and be the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. This man is now starting to crack me the F up because he is trolling the trolls. If you are taking a year off before you go into commentary and making making a ridiculous amount of money doing so. What better time than it is to just troll the snot out of people that are trying to make up things and make assumptions. His response to Dov Kleiman. Okay. Anyone who thinks I have time to come back to the NFL has never adopted a 2-month-old kitten for their daughter. Yes, he probably adopted a 2-month-old kitten. I have kittens. I have cats. I have a dog. Sometimes the dog thinks he's a cat because they all grew up together. Okay. That is just his way of saying no. Okay. Yes, to a degree, cats need attention. Cats need special whatevers for the first couple of months. But by the time that the NFL would have came back around for the season, the cat would be old enough to survive a couple of hours a week on its own. Okay. And I'm sorry, Tom frickin' Brady is wealthy enough. He could hire somebody if he wants to. He's done, people. That is just his way of comedically getting around and poking around the bush. Okay. So, I people crack me up. Okay. And that's just the way that our world is. So, let's see if we can find anything else for you here. Oh, yes. Yes. I think this is what we're going to end on, because this is what I was talking about the other day about like movies. I've talked about the whole James Gunn thing. I'm not getting into the background snot that it is of the whole. Everybody's essentially trying to cancel James Gunn. Cool. Good for him. I don't care. Doesn't affect me. Puts out good work. I'm going to go see good work. Okay. Don't agree with everything going on right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay. How many people here, if you grew up in the 90s, y'all remember Batman Beyond, the animated series? Okay. I think everybody, because it all goes back to the technology that we have. And especially with them being able to produce like Blade Runner and things over time, why not make a Batman Beyond live action movie? Okay. I think that's what we all wanted. We wanted Michael Keaton to be an old Bruce Wayne coming in like that. That was going to be his comeback compared to what we have in the Flash, which not going to bash yet because all we have are the trailers. I think it's going to be a good movie. I don't agree with Ezra Miller. That's just my opinion. You can't bash me just because of an opinion. I'm not saying anything, but I don't agree with what was going on. But that's neither here nor there. An animated Batman Beyond film is reportedly in the works at DC Studios and has been in the works prior to James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over. The project is intended to be Warner Brother Discovery's answer to the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse series that Marvel did. Okay. This is... I never saw Into the Spider-Verse. Okay. I've been trying to catch up on my Marvel movies as of late, where we can. But I'm really bummed out that we don't have a live action Batman Beyond. The idea was brilliant because you can put Michael Keaton as the old Bruce Wayne. Give him the suits and the technology, like what Ben Affleck has, like with the armor suits, that in his old age, he can still go around fighting crime. Okay, you get the new kid, whoever it is. It could be some up and coming. It could be Tom Holland, for all I care, because I think he is a really good actor, and with what he's done with Spider-Man so far. Okay. Then we can bring in Willem Dafoe to play the Joker. Because if anybody has ever seen anything with Willem Dafoe in it, he has the ability to play the Joker. Okay? He can do it. And you get all of these actors, you get a good passing of the torch storyline from Bruce Wayne into this new kid, whoever it is. Because it's going to be long after we have Robin, long after we have Red Hood, long after we have Damian Wayne playing Robin, like all of that. It's way past that. Okay, go back and watch the series, guys. It's actually really cool. But that's just something, it just kind of scratches the surface, so to speak. Okay, it just scratches the surface. So, that being said, I think the moral of the story today, guys, is technology is going to destroy us. Technology is great for everything. I mean, we are using technology here to be able to produce this show for you. We are using technology to be able to reach across the world. Okay? We have friends, the lovely Mrs. and I, we have friends that live in London, just outside of London, that we can talk to on a regular basis because of technology, and it doesn't cost us $500 a month to be able to do so like it did 25, 30 years ago, okay? But technology is going to be the death of us, one way or another. Either it's going to be sooner, later, okay? But I think that's going to be another topic for another day. Other than that, guys, that's what we got for today. Make sure that you stay tuned throughout the day. We're going to be showing different videos, movies, docu-series, okay? All the things that we're going to be coming up with in the coming future. Like I said, we're making this a one-stop shop for everybody to be able to just watch and enjoy and have fun. I want this to be the escape from reality for everybody, because that's what we need. We used to have it as technology, the internet was an escape from reality. Now we need an escape from the internet because of how everything's going. And now we need an escape from the internet and reality. And that's what we're going to try and produce here for you guys. So from all of us here today, have a wonderful day. God bless. We will see you guys later. Have a good one, okay?